to help us in the situation we are in.
And we're live.
Oh, good.
Hey.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, world. Nice to see you again.
Good to see you.
Okay, Ariana and TV presenter mode. That's it.
Yeah. Welcome to Mimic and the Party.
Oh yeah, we should probably say that, right? Do we have? I guess we have.
No, only people who have real streams say stuff like that. We just kind of start in a higgledy-piggledy way by going, "What happened last time?" And we all go,
Yep. And I like mute my microphone, and
and prepare for the whatever we're up to at the moment.
yeah, and everything lags or whatever. But yeah, we are live. I think we're gonna skip what happened last time and just jump straight into it because we have combat primed and ready. Let me just quickly. Yep, we're all good here.
I forgot to log in because I'm not a real.
There we go.
It's all right. You're. Oh no, you're. There's two enemies and then you.
Right.
So you've got
Yeah.
like 30 seconds.
So the last thing that happened, really. Oh yeah, a couple of things. Two things. One thing is Fennec cast mass suggestion, and I didn't quite explain this, but it seems like all of these cultists seem to have some sort of a will of their own in terms of resisting that stuff. All of them have advantage against that. Just for you to be knowledgeable of that, and Fennec would have realized this. The other thing that happened was that this one robed figure tried to cast a spell in the Mornland, which can have very extreme and negative effects, and failed, which meant he pulled off his mask and started clawing at his eye, ultimately taking his dagger and plunging it into his eye socket to get the eye out, screaming, kind of babbling incoherently, doing
Yeah, boy,
something.
you got to visualize it.
So yeah, he kind of skipped his turn. And then we have the woman in green. And she is actually going to cast Blight. She's going to cast a spell. I mean, you don't know what it is. But she is casting it on, I'm going to say Inkplot.
Okay. As she casts it, I'm going to cast Absorb Elements.
Okay.
I throw up my book, and sort of the pages expand, and is going to try and absorb the dark energy onto the page of the book.
All right.
I am in the space as well, so there shouldn't be any of the holy ground. So that will give me resistance to necrotic damage for this round.
Okay. Yeah, you both kind of equally at the same time almost prepare your spells. You see the woman. She has a very unique way of casting spells. She does have a spell book in her hands, but as she's reading it, she's almost kind of not even glancing down at it. And she kind of takes a couple of steps forward, and you just see kind of, as she's talking, this kind of blackish, tar-like substance just falling out of her mouth onto the book. And from the book, this energy kind of forms, this black necrotic, I believe, energy, and darts towards you. So, this will be a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, that's a 12.
That is a fail. So, this would be 33 points of necrotic damage.
Halved, because I am resistant.
Halved.
Halved.
What's 33 divided by 2? Everybody help.
Like
I failed
15?
math.
I think you go to the lower, don't you? So would be 15 points.
16.
16 would be lowest, right? Right, 16.5.
If 32 is halved, is 16.
Oh no, it was 31 points, yeah?
33.
Oh, 33. Sorry, 16 then, yes.
16 points of necrotic damage.
Watch Mimic in the party do math.
GIF this. Clip this.
Anyway, concentration check. Yes, that's enough to
Yeah.
keep up my shadow spawn.
And she is actually gonna run for it. She's gonna run 30 feet this way. Fennec.
Okay.
I just realized I was unmuted.
Perfect.
Watch Mimic and the party unmute themselves.
No, I just mean I was eating and I was just like. I feel like every time I eat, it's like a mukbang. Anyway, okay.
We do have 3 viewers. No pressure.
Oh no.
Okay.
Well, I mean, they might be here because of the mukbang, so...
That's true.
Yeah, exactly. Also,
Hold on, let
I
me
don't
go
think
get the
I'll
pasta
better.
that I was eating for my dinner.
What?
Yeah, let's all eat during the stream. Every single...
Yeah.
All the guests. Everybody.
I'll give it all that energy. But also, I'm going to cast Fly on myself.
Okay, yeah. Because you're still surrounded by the kind of nimbus. Is that a word? Nimbus. It's like a
That is a
halo
word,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a word, right? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Watch Mimicking the Party DM, not no fucking words. That works. You managed to float up. Oh yeah, what were you concentrating on? Was mass suggestion a concentration spell? Or no? No, it's just applied.
No, I don't think
Sorry.
it is.
No, it's just applied.
All right, yeah, you float straight up.
I float straight up 60 feet.
As you do, the figure who was invisible next to you will take an attack of opportunity. So,
Sorry. This probably is all stuff that happened last night. Didn't
No,
Fennec
yeah.
cast fly last time?
I was going to say I remember a fly being cast before.
Oh, no, it got, it didn't work.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
I have a pain in my lower back. Who knows
oh yeah.
what it is.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, okay. Withdraw.
All right, overruled.
Also, can you take an attack? Really clutching at straws here. However, can you take an attack of opportunity if you're invisible? Because last time the invisible person chose not to take it against.
I mean, you can choose not to take it, but
Raya. So
yeah,
they
you can always take it. You just become visible.
Yeah, I was just kind of trying to make you rethink your choice. But
Yeah,
anyway,
it's obvious.
okay.
Yeah.
Go.
25 to hit.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh.
you know it does.
Oh, they need to roll a wisdom saving throw
true.
first.
Brilliant.
Yes,
Thank you,
yes.
Sanctuary. Thank you, Raya.
That is a 3.
Oh.
So instead, they will attack Inkblot.
No!
Can you do that with an attack of opportunity?
Well,
No, you can't.
that is now that is a good question.
Ella, you are on it.
Yeah, because I am not moving out of the way. An attack of opportunity is against a creature that is moving out of your space, out of like a space next to you.
I'm gonna talk to our chat about this.
Chat, what do you think? Respond now. Can you use an opportunity attack in this situation? I mean, looking at the spell...
Yeah, somebody on Reddit says, I would rule that there is only one valid target for the opportunity attack.
Yeah.
So there, yeah, it doesn't take that attack.
Yeah.
All right, well, yeah, Fennec, you fly 60 feet away from
Into the air.
from
Straight up.
the immediate danger. Yeah.
Yeah.
God damn it. All right. These two in front of you are now a little bit confused as they hear you fly away, and they are trying their hardest to protect you. So they are kind of almost like kind of dogs not understanding verticality or something. They're like underneath you, bunched together, like trying to see if anything is jumping at you or heading towards you. So they're gonna hold their actions.
They can both make Constitution saving throws to see if they escape blindness.
All right, that would be nice. Although that would still not help me. Constitution 19 and a 13.
19 succeeds, 13 fails.
All right, so the leftmost guy is now can see. Quickly clocks that Fennec has chosen to fly straight up. But yeah, he can't really do much. Raya.
Okay. I am going to run 25 feet, possibly taking an opportunity attack. I don't know if it's gone or not.
They did use their reaction to do it, so they can't do it again.
Oh, brilliant! Then I'm going to run straight up to this lady.
All right.
I will bonus action fire up the Sunblade lightsaber situation, and I'm going to take 2 attacks.
Okay, go for it. She's still kind of vomiting this black tar. 19 hits, and the moment it hits, some of this black tar almost having a mind of its own kind of attacks in turn, a reaction. You take 7 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. Mark that off first. Maths in my head.
But yeah, 19
Sorry,
hits.
how many points? 7.
7 points.
Great. Cool. And I'm going to Divine Smite as well.
Nice.
Oh, is she undead?
She is not undead.
That is a shame. Yes, let's Divine Smite at... Ooh. Fuck it, I'm going to do it at 3rd level.
All right, go for it.
Because why not? If I can remember where it is, because I always lose where it is. So I need like a soundtrack or something during my go. So it's just me. Thank you.
Copyright strike.
It's a fine smite. I found it under the features tab.
Oh, is there any we do it at 1st level? Can I just do it manually? Because it seems to be.
Yeah, you can. Just remember to
Okay.
take the slot off as well.
Yeah, I will do. Wait. So 2d8. 1st level.
Yeah, it's one of those things in Foundry that when classes have their very specific sorcerer points and all that stuff, then it gets a little bit muddied.
Yeah. Okay, so it's 5d8.
Okay.
Destroy her.
Destroy!
25 points of damage.
So 25 points, you kind of cleave through her, and you see she almost doesn't even have any guts or blood or anything underneath the skin. You just see kind of almost a slow boiling black magma underneath, and it starts kind of constantly spewing forth, almost enveloping your what's it called? Sunblade?
Yeah.
But moments later, you bring it up again, and she falls dead, cleaved in half onto the floor, kind of becoming this bubbling pool of green dress and black tar. She is dead.
Oh.
Yep.
I kind of go to wipe the Sunblade, and it's like it's just a beam of light. That doesn't make sense. Yeah, okay. I guess that's the end of my turn.
All right.
You say to the morning. Can I just clarify? Is your sunblade made of light? Did you say?
Well, it's like radiant. It's radiance, right?
Oh, it's
So
radiant.
I think it's like
Yeah.
kind of like I think of like sunlight, but a sort of lightsaber, but more old school.
An old
fantasy
school lightsaber.
style.
Does it do? So it does radiant damage then?
Yeah.
The more you know.
The shrouded figure looks around, sees that this is becoming difficult, but still will attack Fennec. getting 2 attacks of opportunity, or held actions, rather,
Not
from these.
Finnick.
Oh,
Not Finnick. Finnick 60 feet in the air.
thank you, Inkblot.
I gotta say, good times.
Which-
Also, I think I lost 30 hit points, right? Because your turn's over.
Yeah, I think you lost some of them already, but yeah, you're back on.
You lost
hit
you
points
lose
you're
the
on.
temporary hit points, I think.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm on 2 hit points.
Stay
Wow.
up there.
Bleeding and flying. But yeah, this means that the shrouded figure does not take the held actions because the suggested, the charmed cultists don't care about Inkblot, so these are just 2 attacks against Inkblot. First one is a 17 as he lifts his kind of ceremonial-looking dagger.
I think that just hits.
That is 12 points of piercing damage.
Okay. Oh. 12,
That was nearly a natural 20, but instead it's a 9.
12, 10. Yeah, I make my concentration check for that one. 9 for the second hit.
Yeah, 9 misses, I presume.
Yeah, I duck out of the way from the second one.
And with that, the shrouded figure disappears, becomes invisible again. Is your gem of seeing still up?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so you can see him or her, whatever this person is, running past you,
Okay.
seemingly heading into the morning itself.
Fun.
Yeah, there you go. And it is your turn. You would get an attack opportunity if you would like to.
I don't take it.
All right.
But I will, however, turn and throw a fireball at them as they flee. A 5th level fireball.
Okay.
So I'm going to take that page that was covered in the black ichor from the blight spell. I light it on fire, and the ball of paper lights into a small little fireball on its own. I levitate it in my hand, and I just throw it across.
Go for it.
I think hold on. Oh, can I cancel a spell once I've done it? Because I cast it at the wrong level. Oh, my
if you just
Foundry
click-
is restarting.
Oh,
Hold
there
on.
you go.
Bear with,
Perfect.
caller. I just rage quit instead.
I think in terms of place measured template, the template thing, that's what you were asking? Or
Oh, no, it did do it at 5th level. So
There.
I will place the measure template.
But yeah, otherwise, if you can just click escape. If
There we go. So it should be
Yeah.
selected.
go ahead and roll damage.
Not great. 26 points of damage.
Okay. And again, it didn't do it automatically. It's a 19 on the saving throw.
Okay, so that's half damage.
It's half of that. That would have been bad. Okay, yeah, they managed to kind of almost whatever energy that they are using to become invisible, they kind of managed to hide or shield themselves. They kind of flicker in and out of existence, trying to hide from the fire. But yeah, still running and kind of burning.
Because they've taken damage, are they visible now?
Yeah.
Cool. So I'm going to stay where I am. That's going to end my turn. My Shadow Spawn is going to charge up to them. Well, actually, so my Shadow Spawn can hide in dim lights. So could I, as a bonus action, could it hide amongst the trees and then launch out at it?
Yeah, I would say it's easy enough for something like that to hide
Yeah.
in the fogs either way.
Yeah, cool. So it's going to do that. It's going to slink like from branch to branch and press itself into the shadows, and then it's going to launch up and make its 2 attacks
Go for it.
against you. So
Me?
first, against you directly.
You personally.
Um,
Ooh,
so
that's
first one, that's a
natural
natural one, was it?
Yeah,
I
that
can't
is a
see because
miss.
my Shadow Spawn is so big on the screen. Okay, well it gets 2 attacks, so it's going to make its second attack. Oh god, for a 12, really? 12 hit?
12 does not hit.
Actually, what am I saying? Both of these would have had advantage.
Oh, there you go.
Well, the first one would have had advantage. So would have been my advantage attack?
Sure, let's say that. So
Yeah.
now roll another.
And then this would be for my second
Yeah,
attack.
yeah.
Sorry, because that was the whole point
That's
of
fine.
hiding. Okay, so this is the second attack. Did that attack? Normal. 22.
22 definitely hits.
Yes. Damage. That's going to be 12 points of cold damage.
12 points of cold. Yeah, this guy... After 12 points, dies. You just see him running into the fog, the shadow spirit running after. Like a Baskerville kind of dogs situation where you just see the kind of glooming eyes and then nothing.
Yes. Cool. It's going to use its last 20 feet of movement. Oh, I'm going to cast a fireball, apparently. But, oh, God, this is... I want to delete that. No. I don't know. My Foundry is being funny, but I'm going to move him back whenever whatever's happening stops happening.
Alright. So, I will say... Yeah, so this guy, let me just roll damage, but it's pretty bad. His dagger is inside his skull. You see him digging around there and then just stop. He dies.
Oh, God.
So at this point, you only have the charmed cultists left. How long did that last, Fennec? Exactly?
My suggestion lasts...
What hours?
A couple of hours.
No, 24.
That's better. 24 hours. So yeah, they just stand there kind of blank-faced. And yeah, we are actually out of combat. There's nobody left.
You two! Who are you? What are you doing here?
Hey, just don't worry about them. They're with me. Those two are with me. Can they talk if they've been mass suggestioned?
That's a good question. I'm reading through the spell now. How far does it go? I think they just observe, kind of... Course of activity, magically influence. Da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, I think this is completely that they are absolutely adamant about protecting you. There's nothing else that they want to do at this point. They don't care about answering or talking or eating or drinking or anything. So they look upwards towards you, Fennec, and kind of constantly scan the surroundings for danger. And they are actually looking very, threateningly at Inkblot and Raya, just being ready for them at any moment.
It's cool. They're with me. Spryrum, Inkblot. They're also going to help defend me, so it's all good. Also, paradoxically, if they, that's interesting. Because in terms of like course of action, because it says in the spell, like if they finish their course of action, but I'm under constant threat in the Mournland, but also the paradox of if they become uncharmed, they are not defending me from themselves. Anyway, just thoughts. Just thoughts from the air with Fennec. Okay. But yeah, no one hurt each other because you're all my allies, so I'm just gonna chill up here for a while.
Do you want to come down and there's bits of blood falling out the sky, so I feel like
That's what that was.
I've got it.
Okay.
No. Shape Order is a spell. I'm not gonna do anything. If I come down, can you heal me?
I definitely can. It's just whether we want to save that and rest.
I agree. Let's rest.
If you like, I can open up a portal within this area, and we can rest within that. Have a little bit more room. Actually, I don't know if I can do that today. Hold on. I don't think I prepared it, so no, I don't think I can do that.
So just so we're all, those were cultists, right?
Yes. Yep.
They look like the way. Yeah.
So, does that mean Ivan is nearby?
I mean, that makes sense, doesn't it? Logically. I might come down a bit lower so I don't have to yell because we're still, in the
You
morning.
might attract attention.
Yeah. So I sink 30 feet and then I will talk to you in your heads from this point forward.
Okay.
I mean, if you want me to check if Ivan's quite nearby, I can at least. Well, I can cast a spell to try and see if he is.
Sounds good. You should do that, Raya.
Okay. I'll get into the consecrated. I did remember the word. It's a word I'm very familiar with because of my religious background. Okay, I'll get into the consecrated area and pull out a forked twig and spin it around in my palm. And I'll cast Locate Object.
All right.
Thinking about the key wand specifically.
Yeah, 1,000 feet around you, you don't sense it. As you cast your perception out there, you don't see it anywhere nearby.
I think we're okay.
Does that spell go into the air as well?
Well, I think it's just 1,000 feet, probably in any direction, right? I don't see why magic would just be. I'm doing a hand gesture because I can't think of the word.
We'll just
go
be
in
on
one
that
way.
plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think he's not near because I can't imagine he'd let that wand out of his sight for a moment.
Well, you two, do you know Ivan Forius?
It'll help defend me if you answer my colleague.
Ivan is very dangerous and wishes to attack all of us. He wishes to attack Fennec.
In particular, I really pissed him off. It's my personality.
One of them, I mean, you still can't see their features. They're masked, but responds to you, Fennec, and goes, "Is he nearby? Where is he?"
He could be. So we need to know as much as possible about Ivan to defend me.
He is a god. His powers are unlimited.
Great.
Good.
Anything else that, like, any vulnerabilities, any, like, habits maybe? Like, he really doesn't like drinking water. Just facts about Ivan Forius. Apart from that, he's a god.
Try to avoid fighting him. If that happens, we cannot defend you. But we will try. And we will die trying.
What are your names again?
God damn.
Sorry.
I just have to go back to the scene where I have their names.
While this is going on, I'm going to wander over to the body of the woman.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to kind of have a look at her and the remains of her.
Yeah, make a general investigation check. 26. Yeah, see, simple robes. You do find what amounts to be around a Galifar and kind of sovereign change. Not a lot of money. Yeah, the spell book is still there.
Okay. I'll pick up the spell book.
All right. All right. So the two figures introduce themselves as one of them, the man who spoke earlier, introduces himself as Adil, and the other is Inton. Adil and Inton.
Adil. That's a nice name. And Inton. They're both nice names, actually. You have lovely names, the two of you.
They are scanning the horizon.
You're defending my joy at the moment with your presence.
We live to serve.
Great. It's been a long morning, is what it's been. Hey, Raya, do you want to check my lower back? I think I felt something there when I cast a spell.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Kind of like the guy we met this morning, Hammer.
yeah, it's a bit painful. I don't know if it's the same thing as Hammer. I mean, but shall I come down and?
I mean, I can try. Yeah.
Great. I reverse down to the ground. I'm still hovering, and I lift up my shirt. As usual, you see my rippling back muscles.
Of course.
I didn't even know people had muscles there. But wow. Okay.
They're incredible. Like, it's like a statue, and you know, we've been working hard, so there's a bit of like glisten to it too. It's impressive. Anyway, is there anything on my lower back?
So looking down there, hobgoblins do apparently have tails, although I will say that it will be up to you, Fennec, if you wish to have one or not.
I have a tail.
Great.
I just thought about it for many, many months.
Just had it coiled up at the back.
Yeah.
So above it, there seems to be another kind of stub, I guess you would call it, a smaller, deformed version of that. And as you look at his back in general, you see also that he has kind of two kind of protruding, almost like wing-like bones that, you know, maybe would grow into wings, but more probably will remain as kind of fleshy, odd, I don't know, tumor-like things in his back.
What do you see?
It's a very dramatic moment for my internet to go very laggy.
What is it? Tell me, this is killing me.
It sort of looks like you started growing wings and then your body decided to stop growing wings and you've been left with like the beginnings of wings.
Cool.
It's not clear whether they're going to keep growing or...
Do you think we could try to make them keep growing, maybe? Maybe I do more spells and not visualize. Maybe we see what happens. I could go flying with Ori. I mean, I can fly, like I'm flying right now. But I mean like with dragon wings or something. What do you think?
I'm not the expert. You could, and maybe it'll work.
But you're the closest thing I know to a doctor.
That is alarming. That's really... We need to get different friends, because that's... I mean, that seems more a question about how the magic distortion works here, though, which...
It's an ink blot question. Ink blot.
Well, perhaps it's along the same lines of my pustules, that they appeared, and over time that they will, these stump wings will disappear over time. Perhaps it will be the other way, and they would be infused with the magic of the moorland, and they will grow, and you will indeed sprout wings.
Okay. It's just I just got wings. I don't want to lose them, you know? So
I
we'll see.
wouldn't call them wings right now.
But at the beginnings of wings, everything has a beginning.
Everything does have a beginning, yes.
Yeah.
But things do end.
Things do end. Like the growth process of wings, for example. Hey, Inkblot, just on an unrelated note, I know it's weird to bring up, but you have a tail, right?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, shall we rest? What's wrong?
I'm just so... You've never been interested in my tail before.
I you're right, I haven't. I just realized it's something we have in common. We both have tails. Raya doesn't have a tail. It is kind of weird that Raya doesn't have.
Are you trying to single Raya out for a reason?
No, I was more trying to like commonality between the two of us. I was like, we rarely talk about the things we have in common, or we used to, like when we talked about magic.
Mm-hmm.
And now I kind of have two tails. So there is a context for me bringing this up. You have one tail. I have two tails, kind of, and Raya has none. I just, it's just something to talk about, isn't it? How many tails do you have, Inton and Adio?
None.
No tails? Interesting. See, it's just interesting to know. Is there some pattern? Is there more going on that is tail related to do with some kind of secret of the way things are? That's all I'm.
Can I ask a question about the tails?
Yeah,
I hope it's not rude. So do you, when you're going to sleep, because I just think it would get in the way for me, because I tend to sleep on my back. So does that mean you can't sleep on your back, because that would be painful? Or
I tend usually to sleep on my side, but you just get... It's just part of you. You don't really notice it, I suppose.
I mean, that's the equivalent of asking how I sleep well when I'm so knotty and glistening and hard up with muscles. You know what I mean? It's just part of my body. It just adapts to whatever. You know what I mean? Like you see how protruding these biceps are, but they don't hurt me when I lie on them. I'm going to need to be fact checked by an incredibly muscly person. Do muscles genuinely hurt you when you lie on them?
Oh, God. Inkblot's
Anyway.
going to pull out the rope and is going to throw it into the air and cast Rope Trick within the hollowed ground? No, the consecrated ground.
Yeah.
Perhaps it would be best for your friends. Maybe they would be better at protecting you if they stayed on the ground and warned us should something come.
That sounds good. Is that sound good to you, team? Defense team?
One of us inside, one of us outside.
Okay.
All right.
I have no say. They're in charge of my life now.
I'm gonna lean into you. Go. How long do we?
24
How long are they
hours.
here for? Okay.
Yeah.
And then what?
Well, we won't probably be with them for. Wait. We won't be with them for 24 hours because we don't want to. We should travel with them for as long as possible, and then cut them loose with enough time that we're not near them. I think we could do some fly away or something. No,
okay.
I mean if you want to fight them, we can fight them.
Not really.
No, I don't want to fight them.
No.
So anyway, I think I think we stick with them for as long as possible. Raya, I'm talking to you as well. Stick with them for as long as possible. Give ourselves enough time to get away so that they can't track us. Unless you want to fight them.
Not particularly. That took a lot out of me.
They seem quite nice, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
But I am suggesting.
Fennec is bleeding heavily.
Oh yeah, I'm in deep shock.
Let's go up.
Yeah, actually, you probably got some gore on your face. Excuse me 1 second.
Pops up.
Just a slow fall to the ground as you speak. Yeah, the rope trick works. You conjure that in the hollowed kind of ground. You conjure that. You'll climb in, I presume, and take one of the guards, as they are at this point, with you.
Which one of you two is stronger?
They kind of look at each other. The guy goes, I am.
What makes you stronger than the other?
Muscles.
So it's just about how hard you can hit things?
She is.
She is stronger?
I am.
Okay.
They both seem confused.
Interesting. Okay.
Who would be better at defending me between the two of you?
They both at the same time say, I am.
Okay.
Well, why don't you do rock, paper, scissors or something, and then the winner can come upstairs.
Oh,
and
I
I'm going to
do.
start climbing up. And as I do that, I'm going to call out Beverly to my shadow spirit. Scout the area. Make sure that we are alone.
All right. Let's have Beverly, you said?
Yeah.
Beverly roll perception. You'll climb into the rope
Plus
dimension.
Ari.
Yeah, Ori buzzes down, kind of perches herself on your shoulder as well. Also wounded fair bit.
Yeah, not doing well.
What kind of check for Beverly?
Perception.
So are we going to be able to rest in the pocket dimension
For an hour.
for an hour?
It only lasts 1 hour. But I thought it'd be enough time. We're not affected by the Mournland now, so we can spend time healing our wounds naturally.
Okay.
AKA use hit dice.
Okay.
All right. So you're settling in for a short rest.
Mm-hmm.
Beverly runs around the grounds.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite nice inside the rope dimension. Quite cool. The mist does seem to stay out. Did you roll, Beverly? I didn't see it.
Oh, I rolled a 6.
Okay, good. Yeah, so
Ugh.
Beverly reports back that everything is clear.
Cool.
No danger found. But yeah, overall, your short rest, the hour you stay there with your guards next to you, constantly keeping an eye on Fennec, and as well kind of almost towering over Raya and Inkblot. Just constant like suspicion as you do your best to sleep. But they don't change their alliances either. Yeah,
Cool.
the short rest goes by relaxed as it can be in the Mournland.
While I'm there, can I look over the spell book that was on the mage's person?
Absolutely. So, she had, as a first level spell,
Yeah.
she had Burning Hands, Mage Armor, and Magic Missile. Quite standard.
So Burning Hands,
Mage
Mage
Armor,
Armor, and...
Magic Missile.
Okay, cool.
Second level, she had Hold Person, Misty Step, and Suggestion.
Ooh. So, stay. Yep.
Third, she had Counterspell, Dispel Magic, and Fear.
Okay, yep.
And then fourth, she had Blight and Confusion. And fifth, she had Cone of Cold. Takes you a little bit of time to understand the uniqueness of her writing style. I guess, hieroglyphic or more picturesque than you're used to, but you managed to, during this hour, make sense of it.
Okay, cool. I'm going to get back a spell through Arcane Recovery.
All right.
That little spell. Then I think that's it.
All right.
Is there anything else over our short rest we need to discuss? Oh, Raya, that the consecrated ground that you created. Can you do that many more times?
She thinks. So, sorry, I feel like every session I'm coming back with more questions about consecration. So is it, because in terms of vials of holy, I use up a vial of holy water each time?
Yeah.
Is that right? And to create holy water, I spend a sanctuary spell. And then when I'm consecrating, I can also spend an extra sanctuary spell while doing it to try and lower the DC. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
So it's basically, if you use two things, you get advantage and you lower the DC. If you do one thing, then you just, well, it's basically up to me, I suppose, but I would probably rather give you advantage than lower the DC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Cool. I'll try and remember that and not ask again next time. Oh, and one other thing. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I would know this. In terms of because in my head they're separate things. In terms of healing magic not working in the moorland, do I know if consecrated ground that still applies, or if it would work within consecrated ground?
Wouldn't healing magic work? As in, like, healing potions and such?
Like cure wounds.
Cure wounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the what you know is that it would probably work, but you haven't, I guess, tried it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. So at the moment, I could do that one more time.
Okay. Right.
I can take some, depending on when in our rest we are having this conversation, I can take some time now to be able to do that 2 more times.
Oh, you can create more holy water.
Yeah, it's like I just need to spend a bit of time sort of holding it in my hands, praying over it, and a bit of like magic to make some more.
Oh, well, perhaps we should try and make as much as we can, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it does use up some of, my strength for the day.
Okay. Strength.
But yeah, I mean, I'm thinking every sort of rest, if I try and do a bit to keep up our supplies, because it does seem helpful in those kind of situations.
Okay. All right. Good.
All right. So anything else that you're trying to achieve during the short rest?
Don't think so.
All right. So an hour later, you wake up in a quite dark, looking out at least into the moorland. The mist itself has darkened, and you make an educated guess that it's probably nighttime or approaching it. The rope trick as well, I presume you all kind of climb out before it goes out, but that flutters and ceases to be. Fennec. Oh, you're muted.
Thwarted again. I can't find Ori. Where is Ori?
She's in the PC Familiars Pets.
Oh my god, there's a subfolder.
Yep.
I wish I saw it. I was like, Why is this called? Okay, thanks. I don't really appreciate that. I feel like Ori is more than a pet. You were saying. Oh my god, how cute.
So, you climb out of the rope trick dimension, back into the moorland. What are you doing?
Well, I'd probably spend some time looking over the other bodies. Now that we've rested a little bit, see if there's anything interesting on them. Looking at their masks, looking if they have any notes or letters, anything that could indicate Ivan. And then we've also got the campsite as well to look at.
Yeah, looking around, I will say, I should have said this earlier with your high investigation. The lady in green also had a kind of a vial, an empty vial with some very kind of light, kind of purplish liquid left there at the very bottom. But going through the bodies, you find some loose change. I'm gonna say like overall, between all of them, to Galifar. You find the daggers and the scimitars and the leather armors, but nothing else. You get a sense from their campsite that they've come here recently. Probably no more than a day or two or such. But that is all you can kind of find in terms of evidence and clues.
Okay. All right. Well, they've not been here long.
Were they looking for us, do you think, or were they here for something else? Hey, Inton, were you looking for us, or were you here for something else?
I'm not sure how that helps you, but we were not looking for you. You have no danger to fear from us.
Oh, okay. Oh, I can explain how it helps. In terms of defending against more of the people you were traveling with, it's good to know if we're being sought out and pursued, or if it's just incidental. Either way. So I hope that helps your rationale. Okay. Yeah.
We were on the lookout for you if you chose to appear, obviously, but we weren't specifically here to find you.
Were you looking for something that could hurt us, either indirectly or specifically?
No, Father sent us here to, number one, keep a lookout, and number two, to explore the complex itself.
The complex.
Father? Sorry. Complex, yes, very important, but also father?
Father Ephorius.
Father for it, as in not your literal father, as in like a priest.
Or like a daddy.
He kind of ignores this and keeps scanning the horizon.
Ivan's real fucked up, eh? He's like very lonely.
He wants lots of children.
And yet he kills them all when he has them.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, what's in this complex?
We're not sure. The party we sent in never came back. No, please, I need to focus. He's holding his sword out, like ready to bounce. He's
going to be
both
so
of them,
tense.
They look pretty exhausted. Like they look tired.
You know, just in terms of defending someone, looking out for someone, I know it's a really hard balance to take, because you do need to spend a little bit of time. Like, first of all, information is actually really helpful in terms of defense. It's not just sword swinging that does the trick. It's being informed. And another thing is, like, yeah, you should have some water and some food, because if you're collapsing, who's going to defend me? It's essential. So
they just nod and go, "You are wrong. We must defend you at all costs." That was the command.
Right.
it was.
Well,
It was.
Fennec,
Yeah.
could there be something dangerous within that cave that might come out?
Is this a leading question? What are you doing?
Yes, I'm trying to. Yes.
Yes, there might be. Inkblot, you're
Yes.
absolutely right.
Yes, perhaps we need a party to scout or to discern what evils could be in there that could come out and harm you.
Sure, yeah, I feel like I'm being threatened.
Fennec,
Not by me.
make a persuasion check.
Just a straight persuasion check?
Uh-huh.
Cool. That's very generous of you. 8.
I'll neutralize the threat. You stay with her. And he runs towards the complex.
I don't know if I want him to die.
He's wading through water at this point.
Well,
Shouldn't we all go in together or something? Or Ori goes in, you know what I mean? Like, that's a...
well,
that's
what
a
if it's
vibe.
trapped? What if the thing that killed everyone else would just instantly kill us?
Well, the thing about Ori is Ori can't really die. So,
I see.
unless I die. So. Hey, come back! Actually, I'm feeling way more threatened by you leaving.
You hear his footsteps. I mean, it's very limited vision for all of you, so you can hear him on the marble footsteps. And then you hear voices,
Oh, that's
and then
not-
you don't hear anything. Kind of a low, an odd voice coming from inside the
What
complex.
kind of odd voice?
It almost doesn't sound human. It's kind of stilted.
Ori, do you want to just fly closer and just have a little listen, maybe?
And I'm gonna kind of stand between Fennec and Ink and kind of gently guide them so that they're stood next to me, just in case.
And still within the circle of consecrated ground.
We're never leaving.
All right.
Actually, if we dig this area up and took it with us,
So, as Ori flies in, she sees a kind of almost a lobby room, perhaps. Quite, I mean, good looking. White marble and heavy kind of stone, what do you call them? Like sanded walls almost. You can also see that part of the room is kind of partially submerged by the green water. That is filling and really overflowing what must have been either kind of a ceremonial pool or a fountain. The rest of the marble chamber is a few stairs above the waterline, but still mossy and actually kind of slick with algae. There's a couple of chairs and a couch against the walls. Layers of dust on them. You see, Ori sees 3 hallways. One large kind of main entrance, I suppose, going into the mountain leading north. There's also one to the west and one to the east.
Does Ori see the creature?
Nope. Doesn't see a single person, being, nothing.
Is there any more chat coming? Any more sound?
Nope.
Ori's gonna go a bit deeper into the mountain one, the main.
Yeah, there's doors on each of these hallways leading into the hallways, so Ori can fly up to a door if she wishes.
Yes, please.
All right, so the northern one then. It seems to be a kind of a very smooth, almost a metal, heavy, kind of smooth door just blocking the hallway. You see, or she sees, on top of the door, there reads a message that says, "Turn back or face oblivion."
Ooh. What do the other doors say, if anything? Ori's gonna do more investigation. Wouldn't you watch this spin-off? Ori the Private
Ori
Investigator?
checking doors.
There are a lot of doors in John.
So the door leading into the western hallway, the similar message, albeit smaller, same kind of font, same styling, just reads staff entrance, oddly enough.
That's so funny.
The other, the eastern one, has another message, a similar kind of plaque that reads arrival room.
Does it seem possible that with Ori's physiology, any of these doors could be moved?
They seem odd. They seem heavy and smooth metal doors, unlike any you've really seen before.
Okay. At the staff entrance, Ori's going to be like, "Hello," in my voice, in Fennec's voice. Can anyone assist me?
Don't hear anything.
Are there any staff present? What is this facility?
No response.
Is oblivion a place, a state of mind, an experience?
All
What-
good questions, but no answers.
Hello, my defender chap. Are you alive?
Nothing. It just echoes back.
Okay. I'm gonna fly away
All right.
back to the team. And I'll immediately relay all that because I've been behind Ori's eyes. Almost sounds like a theme park, right? A staff entrance, a cryptic warning.
It's very much. And they've gone.
Yeah, no reply. So, yeah.
Okay.
We definitely heard something else there, and that didn't respond to me, so I wonder if it's only if you go through the door.
Or if it's lurking somewhere above the entrance, or if there's some sort of portal that takes you somewhere else into a different dimension, or some sort of silencing spell, or...
Well, we heard all of what happened,
Yes.
as much as we could have. I don't know. Is this something we want to check out? Is this the mount? There's a passageway that goes into the mountain. Is this where Bebet came? You know what I mean? That's...
It could be.
Maybe.
How far away are we from the glowing chasm? Are we at the glowing chasm?
As much as you can tell, you're close at least, but nothing's glowing.
Yeah, I mean, if this isn't the glowing chasm, then we're probably not at the glowing chasm.
Wise words.
But Ivan
Navigator.
Ivan is here for something. The way is here for something. I know we are after Bebet. I know that is what we are trying to do, but if this place is important to Ivan and we can get whatever he is trying to get out of this place, whatever information, and destroy it, it could be one of the gateways they're looking for.
If it was one of the gateways, wouldn't Ivan be here himself?
Maybe this is a scouting party.
Should I
Maybe-
scry Ivan? Should I do a little scry for Ivan?
That might not be a bad idea.
That's going to make me less useful later on. We all know that, right?
To be honest, I'm quite tired. I don't know how much longer I can last this day.
Yeah, I can't really either. I've only partially recovered. I'm still doing not so great. So, shall I? Yeah, let's scry Ivan. We may as well know what we're. How long does the consecrated ground last for? I was asleep when you were talking about this earlier.
Basically 24 hours. No, what am I talking about? Let me check. not 24 hours. The casting time is 24 hours. So until they are basically dispelled is the answer.
So could we pick up the earth? If I had shape earth, blessed be the day. Could I like pick up the earth and like we just kind of shuffle along on this patch of earth through the morning, being able to cast spells? Just a technical question.
You don't know.
Cool. Good chat. Okay. Scrying time. Crystal ball.
All right. Let me quickly roll for Ivan.
Yeah, but then my eyes are going to roll back into my head full of mist, just like the mist around me. And then I'm going to have the sensation of falling into the mist inside the ball. And it's probably going to glow with more intensity than usual because of the nature of my powers. And it's probably going to feel even more like I'm falling into the center of the morning all over again, like that time when we jumped off the airship.
That happens. Also, as you look into the crystal ball, walk through the mist on this that seems to be just a constant in your life at this point. You can't seem to escape it. You walk on, and Ivan does appear as a silhouette out of the mist, and he seems to be standing in something, kind of holding the key one out in his arms, and he is deeply focused. And you can see the key one itself seems to be burning in kind of just a rainbow of lights. It's just a constant energy that's being kind of either pushed through it or is protecting against something, but is clearly the focus of something.
Is he casting spells? Is his mouth moving?
You can definitely make out that he is muttering something, and he is focused in a way that Inkblot has often been whilst casting spells or doing a ritual.
Okay. Does he seem like he's worried? Like, what's his posture?
Make a perception check. Okay. Or make an insight. It depends on what you want to see. If you want to see just his physical apparel, stuff like that, or do you want to get an insight into his feelings?
Yeah, I'd say insight.
All right.
Come now. Oh, it's not too bad.
15. With a 15, you've always seen Ivan as a kind of a cold, stoic figure when he has appeared to you. He seems wounded, unraveled, worried, close to defeat. Whatever is happening to him is taking a huge toll on him.
Great. Well, I'm going to go up as close as I can to the mist Ivan. And I'm going to say, good luck. And I'm going to disappear.
As you say that, as you walk up to him, there's a brief, just a second, where you feel that he turns towards you. But the spell ends, and you're back on hollowed ground.
I hope you knew that good luck was sarcastic. Sometimes I get read wrong.
Is everything all right?
Oh,
what do you mean?
Ivan. Not for Ivan. I mean, I don't know what's going on, but Ivan seems to be fighting for his life in some way. He's not doing so well. It turns out the morning's not just wrapped for us. So
that's some benefit. Perhaps he's not as godly as these people say he is.
Yeah, or perhaps what he's fighting is so powerful that when he does defeat them, he'll be enriched further with abilities and weapons.
No, don't speak like that.
Oh,
Why?
yeah,
Why would you say that?
Oh, no, I forgot. I'm the optimist of the party. I forgot.
Well,
Go on, say something.
Well, I still think we should go into this place. Even if not the whole way, just to find out a little bit more information about what it is. If this is part of the glowing chasm, then Bebet could be here. If it's not, it could give us vital insight. There could be a map or directions to where we need to go. We could pinpoint our location on the map.
I think the immediate death we heard from somebody else makes me feel like curiosity is not in our favor. If this isn't the glowing chasm and Bebet's not here, we'll just be wasting more of our resources.
I can try and find out if Bebet's here
That's a good idea.
in 1,000 feet. All that worries me though is that we're really burning through all of our magical abilities in this moment before we probably go into an incredibly dangerous place.
Yeah.
I might be able to. Let me just check something quickly. I could speak to the scholars again. I could ask them if we have arrived at our destination, if Bebet is here.
You could also ask them if we're likely to be killed if we go inside.
I think I know what the answer to that would be.
What?
There would be a chance.
Okay.
Standing here, I think that we could be killed.
Okay. Yeah, so why do we want to go inside?
May have information.
If Ivan's interested in it, it seems difficult not to want to go in, given... I mean, I have no idea really what Ivan's doing, but we're going to have to face him at some point, and if there's any way we can weaken him or get information...
This was a large group of very powerful people that they sent here.
So where did we land on? Let's find out what are we going to do to find out if Bebet's here, about the situation in general. We suggested a couple of courses of action. So what do we want to do?
I think speaking to the scholars would take me some time to prepare, but I would not exhaust myself any more than I already am.
Okay. That's a good prospect. Yeah.
Okay. I will sit in the middle of the consecrated ground and I will ritually cast Contact Other Planes.
Go ahead and make your saving throw.
I'll stand right next to you.
Oh, I used a spell slot and I didn't mean to. Bear with. Thank you. Intelligence saving throw. We are good.
Yeah. Again, for the second time in a short time, you contact the spirits or beings or a being or whatever it is inside your spell book. You feel the connection open. And the questions are there for you to be asked.
It seems like it is easier and easier to speak to you now. I hope you enjoy our time together as much as I do. But I need to know. We are in the Mournland, but are we standing outside of the glowing chasm? Are we next to it?
The answer comes as a yes. Yes, 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 yes.
And will we find Bebet here?
Maybe.
Does Ivan Thorius need something within this strange construction, this temple? Indicating over to the thing.
No, 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 no. Just the rhythmic pounding of that word.
Okay. Is there something in there that will help us defeat Ivan?
Yes.
Someone disappeared while trying to enter it. Is there a guardian that is protecting the door?
Yes. With that, your connection to the spirit's presence ends. Warmth re-enters your core. And you are back with your friends.
This is the glowing chasm. And something inside of there will aid us in what we're trying to do. To Ivan.
Is Bevitt in there? Did you ask?
I did. It was unclear. Where before they were certain, where now it was... He could be there and he could not be there.
Okay. I mean...
But
Oh. Sorry.
I was just going to say that there is a guardian. There is something protecting that entrance, and...
That's about right, yeah. I mean, how can we not go in if there's something that will help us defeat Ivan? But I'm not doing well. I'm about half capacity, and I'm not super useful feeling. My brain is full of bees, really.
We have to be careful. Perhaps it would be best if we retreated, found somewhere nearby to find shelter, to rest, to heal our wounds, and come back in the morning or...
In the morning.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
I realized it when I said it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but...
Levity.
yes. But when we're less likely to die.
Shockingly, I'm going to vote for less likely to die.
I think it might be a good idea.
Perhaps over that time we can make some more of the holy water.
Yeah, I can churn out a few holy waters, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Do you consecrate the water when you do that?
I think I'm consecrating the ground with the water.
Interesting.
So I think I'm more blessing the water. Well, not me. I mean, Boulder I threw me, but it's not
I would be interested to watch you and the process. How you create this holy water.
Yeah, me too.
I don't know if I could do it if people are watching me. That's a lot of pressure. I mean, we can try and just.
Well, how about I could assist you. I could be your assistant.
Okay. Yeah, it'll probably involve a lot of, thinking about Boulder Eye and trying to, like when we were praying. Before. It's kind of like it's like holding on to that feeling and then trying to like put it in the water, which sounds silly. I think it's a little bit silly too.
I'll put my hand on Raya and I'll say, nothing is silly. Your connection to Boulder Eye is not silly, and what you're doing is not silly. This whole... If anything, the Born Land is teaching me that things are not as simple things cannot be broken down into understanding and into equations and into arcane knowledge and writings. There are things that transcend that. I think that's what is so special about you and Boulder. You do something which, no matter how much I studied, no matter how much I learned, I could never do what you do. It is not silly. It is powerful and strong. And it saved our lives just now. If it wasn't for that consecrated ground, we could have been in a lot more trouble than we were.
Thanks, Ink. Should we go and find somewhere to stay? I'm fine. Let's.
Okay.
Are you staying with the fire that's already there, in terms of the cultists' former lodgings, or are you going to your own separate place?
I was going to say absolutely not, that seems ridiculous, but if they've been here for 2 days and they've not been attacked by whatever that thing is, this guardian.
Then maybe on the 3rd day it'll finally happen. Also, how are we sleeping? Because are we just going to sleep on this consecrated ground?
Good.
I mean, we could. I was thinking we could go along the cliffs a little bit more and find somewhere a little bit more protected and hidden away rather than out in the open.
I don't know. I just, it's good consecrated ground. It's here.
Oh, I do need to cast some spells to make some holy water as well. So
Yeah.
might be worth using up the consecratedness of the ground.
Yeah.
How long does it take you to do that? Could we spend some time now before we go and find a place to rest?
But we need
Each
to,
one's an hour.
don't we need to consecrate more ground anyway to sleep well?
Do we get... Oh, we don't... Do we get hit points back if we rest? Yeah. We just can't use hit dice.
Oh god, let me quickly...
Yeah, I forgot how this works.
Yeah. Also depends on if you drink the wine or not.
Yeah,
Oh,
the good berry
yeah.
wine is the thing that...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so no is the answer. You recover hit points and hit dice only if you've drunk good berry wine or eaten good berry or anything like that. Or are doing it in a rope trick or consecrated crown.
Okay, so we'll get back hit points if we're sleeping on this consecrated ground.
It's going to be a tight fit, but yeah, it's doable for the 3 of you.
Great, because I'm running out of good berry wine. Obviously,
Yes,
we all are.
I
So
think I only have 1 bottle left.
Do
Yeah,
you want me to run inside after him?
no. You need to defend. You stay here and defend us.
Good. Acknowledged.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have 2 bottles of good berry wine, so if we wanted to, we could go and find a more secluded place to sleep, drink that, but that would lower our coffers, or we could spend some time here, maybe make a couple of batches of holy water, then go somewhere else, create consecrated ground, or we could just sleep here.
I vote we sleep here.
Okay.
Resource management.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Well, I'm going to
Okay.
go to sleep then.
All right. Is anybody taking a watch?
Ori's
Yes.
definitely taking a watch and
Okay.
has instructions to wake me if that anything happens. And Ori's just going to fly above us for 8 hours.
All right.
I'm going to that is no larger than 20-foot cube. I'm going to ritually cast alarm and set a 20-foot cube around us of an alarms. Well, yeah, or I could do it up on the steps, or I could just do it around us.
Maybe just around us. Just...
Okay. I will. Yeah, I'll cast alarm
All right.
and make a. What kind of noise? We'll have a. Makes one that's bigger than 1 miles. Oh, I just get pinged. Cool.
Fantastic. So as the 5 of you settle in and discuss who takes watch and how this rest should go to be the most peaceful rest you could possibly have on the moorland, let's take a break, and we'll come back after the break to see how they do.
Oh, stop it. Stop.
And we're back.
Hey!
And now a message for our sponsors. Witch candle. Have you ever
So,
wrapped the souls of your enemies in wax?
so who is taking first?
Boy,
watch?
do I!
Well, we got an answer for you. Okay, anyway.
Which candle is that?
Witch candle. What? You were having fun before.
And we're
Mark.
back on break.
Goodbye, witch candle.
It's just diminishing returns with the witch candle. That's what I feel.
Well, I'm sorry that
Whoa.
you didn't press live earlier.
I mean, it is quite true of all candles, you know, the longer you have them lit, the smaller they are. So they do
That's
diminish. So he is correct.
Yeah, it should be the definition of diminishing returns is a candle. With that bombshell, so the alarm has been set.
Just move on.
We're moving over which candle. It hurts us all, Ariel, I know, but we have to move on.
Profound truth about the nature of wax. Okay.
Mateus is going to cancel the stream in a second. We should carry on.
The alarm has been set. The mist seems thinner around you, but still suffocating. Which of you will take the first watch?
I might go first to make my holy water, which means I'll be taking excellent watch and be paying lots of attention.
Ori's watching. Don't worry about it.
Great.
Who needs a ring light when you've got candles?
All right, Raya, make a perception check.
Okay, great.
You see the warm glow that's now at the bottom of my face? A couple hundred more tea lights and I'm going to be attractive on the internet.
So, with a 15, Inkblood actually feels this before Raya does. The alarm
Let's wake up.
does go off.
Somebody's here.
And Raya, you watch as a small creature a hare actually hops up to you, Raya, over the alarm that's been set, and kind of sits there, stares at you.
Hello.
As you say that, you watch its lips pull back, and it actually reveals a mouth of teeth, human teeth, row upon row of them. And it stares at you and goes, "Hello."
Hello. How are you?
"I'm good. How are you?"
I'm preparing Ray of Frost.
I'm still asleep.
I'm going to nudge Finnick awake.
No, that wasn't an invitation.
I'm going to do it
That's a
anyway.
choice. What?
Thank you.
Creepy
Yes.
bunny.
What's happening?
I'm all right. I
Sam
am
lost her mind.
surprised. I have never met anyone like you before. What brings you here?
"I'm just looking for food. That's all." "What brings you here?"
Can I insight check this?
Go ahead and insight check the rabbit.
With advantage to see if it's
Yeah.
live? Okay. Oh, yeah.
Ooh, nice.
Okay.
20.
Yeah, you re-rolled a natural 1 because you're halfway. 20. It does not seem to be lying to you. You came here in search of food.
I'm going to lean to Finnick and say, what if we're the food?
Well, why don't we just... so what do you eat?
Well, whatever I can get my hands on. Roots and Carrots, but there hasn't been much of those. And it's smiling more and more.
Do you eat flesh and stuff? Because there's a lot of like humans that are not quite dead, like hanging out in the morning. So is that something you eat?
Only if I have to.
Do you like the taste of flesh?
No.
How long have you been sentient?
I'm not sure.
/ let me revise this because rabbits are always sentient. How long have you been able to talk?
I'm not sure. A year? Maybe more. Time is weird.
Time is so weird.
Time is weird. Where have you come from? Where have you...
I live just here, just around the corner, I think. Yeah.
So,
Can I? I'm sorry.
you go.
I'd like to reach into some of my food supplies and whatever I have, I'll like spread out some on some of the hollowed ground for the little air.
Yeah, it jumps forward and kind of takes whatever you have between the paws, and I mean the mouth is really unnaturally big, and the rows upon rows of teeth just destroy it. But it eats. It looks back up at you. Thanks.
Anytime. Many times. Do you have a name?
I don't know. No, I guess.
Do you want one?
Nah.
Okay. Well, that's fair enough. I feel like this hair is just being upfront with us. Seems nice, you know?
Well, excuse me. Do you know what that is? That strange building that goes into the mountain? Have you been in there before?
I tried to get in once, but I couldn't get through the door.
Because it was closed, or because of another reason?
It was closed.
Uh-huh.
But I don't like that place. There's something there that... It starts yawning. And as it does, the mouth pulls back more and more until it's crunching the body itself. And you can hear the kind of... as the body itself turns the hair into a ball of teeth. And as you watch, the ball of teeth just rolls away down the mountain.
There was really no reason for any of you to wake me up.
That was kind of interesting, you know?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I'm going to start casting. Well, no, alarm's just going to stay there. I don't need to get rid of it. So.
I go back to sleep.
All right. All of you re-enter slumber. Yeah, go ahead.
So before I sleep, can I spend 2 hours making 2 lots of holy water?
Yeah, absolutely.
Great. Thank you.
All right. So, who takes the next watch? All right, Inkblot.
I will take the first watch. In the first 10 minutes, because that's all it takes me, I'm going to bamf out my quill. I'm going to pull out the mage's spell book. I'm going to line it up with mine. I'm going to pull out some very nice paper, which I've had for a long time, and I'm going to slot it into my book and kind of stitch it in. And I'm going to copy down the spell the spell Misty Step and Fear. into my spellbook. I have the components, and it will take me 10 minutes to do.
Yeah, because of your school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you
I will,
managed that during this time.
and the rest of the time, I will watch.
So during your watch time, Inton, at the very end of your watch, she's been keeping watch the whole time. She has been refusing from going to sleep. And as you prepare to go to bed, you see Inton just stumble forward and pass out from exhaustion.
Inton.
She is snoring.
Inton. Oh. Okay. Fennec.
All right, Fennec's turn to take the watch.
Yes.
You wake up from that moment where like you know you haven't slept enough. Like that feeling of waking up and you know that you haven't gotten enough hours.
Yeah, my sinuses are all pressing out in a fun way.
There's
Wow.
a kind of a slight headache. It's annoying, but you must take the watch. Is there anything that you wish to achieve during this, or are you looking around?
I think I'll bring Inton onto the consecrated ground as much as possible.
Mhm.
So she's resting on the consecrated ground. Come on, Inton. Come over here. That's right. Which makes us very cramped, I assume.
All right. So, as you look into the mists, make a perception check.
And also Ori,
And Ori.
who is better at perception? Normal. Great.
Oof.
Let's do Ori.
19. So neither Ori or you see anybody in the mists themselves, but you do hear a voice in your head again, in a similar way that you've spoken to others. It just enters.
Oh, actually,
Oh,
it probably can't. I'm immune to telepathic communication unless I want it.
right. That is what makes it weird.
Oh, okay.
You
So
hear
you
a voice.
Know that about me?
You hear a voice in
Yeah.
your head,
Okay.
and the voice goes, "Hi there."
Hi. Are you that rabbit from earlier?
No,
What are you, and why are you talking in my head?
I'm not sure. I think I'm Craig, maybe.
You think you're Greg?
I think so.
Is that what you? Is that? You think you're Greg? Where did you come from?
I'm behind you.
Well, I better look around.
You look around. All you see is the complex, the building behind you.
Oh, you're not Greg. You're like the thing that's guarding the entrance, and wow, you're very good at stuff. Like you shouldn't be able to talk in my head. Like what you doing, patron? You should be on this. So what do you want?
Okay, yeah, I'm not Greg. I guess I'm
Okay.
just the thing behind you.
Are you doing that noise thing on purpose, Mark Mateus? Because it's extremely effective.
Who's Mark Mateus?
Oh, never mind. I just had a minor. I've just woken up. So anyway, what can I do you for?
Nothing. I'm just here to observe.
Okay, so are you the person who's guarding the complex?
I think so. I think there's a part of me that's guarding the complex.
Do you remember who you were?
Craig.
Now, can I just confirm, are you saying Craig or are you saying Greg?
Which one's the right one?
Greg.
Then I'm saying Craig.
Okay. Okay. I mean, you've clearly seen inside my mind and know I hold him very dear. What else do you know about yourself?
I think I've been lonely for a long time. I think I've been waiting for you to come here. And I'm really excited to meet you.
Me in particular.
I think so.
Did you speak to any of my other friends?
I've spoken to a lot of people.
Who have you spoken to?
A lot of people.
How far can you talk to people?
Do dreams count?
Dreams can count, yeah.
Then far.
Have you spoken in my head, in my dreams before?
Yes.
You have. Did I remember?
I think you remember when we first met.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow.
You will. When you say you're lonely, do you think that your loneliness will end?
Ironically, there's no answer.
Well, shit. This disembodied voice is just Fennec's type. Just get off that roller coaster, but then the ride comes back around.
So, the rest of your watch goes easily enough, and I will say we'll skip forward to the morning. So let's go up to 8 a.m. The tasks that you set for yourself in terms of the holy vials, of the holy water vials, succeed. You get a couple of them. Inton is actually up when, kind of at the end of Fennec's watch, Inton somehow regains consciousness and immediately throws herself up again. Keeping watch does take some exhaustion points from that, but she is keeping on. The rest of you wake up surrounded by kind of a cold weather, the mist itself being kind of -10 or so. The rain or the snow doesn't reach you. The weather itself is kind of static, but you just feel that coldness. The complex is behind you. The fire that was glowing or kept glowing by the way cultists has died. Your own fire is ready to die as well. But the day is yours. What do you wish to do?
I should probably mention what happened. I might bring it up.
What happened?
Well, when the rest of you were sleeping and I was taking my watch, a voice spoke to me, a voice I've met before.
Is it Quirit?
Oh, no, it wasn't. I mean, I hope not. Oh, God. No, I don't think so. But I must say I don't talk about this very much, but this is deeply unusual because as we know, I'm quite good at telepathy, and I have quite a control of my mind, even as I let it drift sometimes, and nothing should be able to speak to me in my head. Nothing. And I don't mean to brag, but this is this is highly unusual, is what I'm trying to say, that something spoke directly to me in my head. Have a go at it if you can. Try and speak it. You won't be able to. So I'm just saying this thing was able to. And I think it's probably connected to whatever's guarding or whatever is going on in there. And it spoke as if it was quite lonely. And I think it knew me quite instantly in a way that was highly disconcerting. It didn't seem threatening, but it seemed to know far too much.
When you say it's something you've heard before,
I think
when
I've met
have
them.
you heard it before?
I think I've met them in a dream before. In a dream, they took the shape of someone I knew, someone I loved.
Can I ask what they said or did in that dream?
You can, but I've forgotten.
Okay.
What did they say or do?
You've forgotten.
But Fennec might not have, because it's related to his deep trauma. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
it was all very mild. As far as someone assuming the form of someone you've loved and appearing to you in your dreams can be mild.
Yeah.
They said something to me, I think. I vaguely remember. They said something. What did they say? Please tell me. What did they say? Did anyone write down those words? Remember when I had that other dream and there was those words?
Was
Someone
this a
wrote-
recent dream, Bennett? Was it relatively recently?
It was relatively recently.
I don't think you told me about it, but maybe I have some intuition.
I don't think you told me about it either.
I remember someone writing down the words and I was like, oh, good, because I'm not going to.
Not a clue.
You know how it happens with dreams. They just kind of fade in the waking light and gone.
I really don't know how to give you this information without it just being metagaming, though. That's the thing, because you didn't tell me.
What is
I
it?
did
No,
write
tell me
it
what is
down.
it?
You're thinking of did she fall or was she pushed? Are the words? Just before you jumped into the morning.
Oh, I'd been thinking of a different dream then.
All
No.
right.
What do you have written down? Did she?
There's your despair in my heart,
That's the one.
bright red. Your words in my ears, bright red. Two souls dancing, trapped, trapped, trapped.
Two cells dancing, was it?
Souls.
Two cells
That's
dancing.
what I wrote. I do, yeah.
Well,
There may be more I didn't write.
this is the voice of my dreams. Such poetry. Okay. Cool.
Well, what is it? What does it mean? Who?
Oh, let me just say those words out loud. They
I
float to
can't
the
get back in the
surface.
scene.
Yeah.
So, the person that is speaking to you, you knew them before. Did they disappear in the moonland?
No. It was much more banal than that. They're the reason I went to Shan and became a private detective. It was a dream of theirs. They were a wholly good man.
Then maybe this is all just the moonland playing its awful tricks on us, on you.
It's interesting, is it how gentle awful things can be sometimes. How much they can see you. But anyway, it knows we're coming. That's not helpful.
As in, whatever speaking to you is in there.
Oh, yes. Yes.
Okay.
I'm just gonna reach over and like either squeeze Fennec's arm or hand or knee or something, depending on how we're sat or stood, you know.
Oh, Stan, I'm okay. Of course, I'm okay. Don't worry. But I squeeze back. I'm like, yes.
Just send yes.
Ritual complete. Should we go in? I'm eager to meet our friend in the flesh.
Yes. Is there anything anyone wants to do here in this sacred ground before we move on?
Well, I don't suppose anyone else knows about, it's been a while and I haven't brought it up for a while, but does anyone know about a symbol of the outer planes worth at least 500 gold pieces?
Oh, I've actually had one this whole time.
I got one in the first session.
Yeah, everybody gets one at first level.
I just might be helpful is all, but if not, don't worry.
I mean, if you remind me, I can try and make those tools again, and I can attempt to carve one into your orb.
Yeah, that would be great. That'd be real good because then I could be more of like a fighting force. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Anyway.
We might find one in this strange mountain.
Yeah. Reckon? Yeah, probably. Probably an archive of Outer World. You know what? My strange telepathic friend might have one.
Maybe.
Do you have one? Can you hear me? Okay.
Well, shall we approach this dais slowly, carefully?
Yeah, and I was going to suggest maybe the two of you try and stay relatively close. I don't know if it'll help, but there's some protection if it's trying to control our minds.
All right.
All right, you walk, kind of balancing yourselves on the pillar that's fallen into the water, and walk into the marble chamber. Raya, actually, you kind of noticed this first, but the rest of you as well. It kind of reminds you of the House Lyrandar skyship lobby. This room, it feels slightly kind of upper class, like a little bit luxurious. It feels like a formal, corporate, that type of feeling to it. You see the doors clearly kind of leading into hallways as well. You see the northern one, the big one, as well as the western and the eastern one. On the western one, there's the staff entrance, it says, and the eastern one is arrivals. And on the northern one, as I mentioned before, there's just above the door, it says turn back or face oblivion.
I'm going to go ahead and say towards the door mentally, is your name Oblivion?
So, as you do this, you do hear a voice, and it seems to echo through your head first. But then all of you hear it, and the voice says, "Welcome, candidates 876, 877, 878, and welcome to Site 17. motherly. It's incumbent upon us to utilize and leverage our core competence to maximize our traction in the verticals, so please be kind and follow all instructions given to you by your guide. Instructive. Today, your guide will be alarmed, name unavailable, hereby known as Big Brother or Big Sister. Instructive. You have security clearance blue, as specified in the HBD MC Directive NSC Blue 44A. Informative. Please wear your uniform at all times. Zestful. Employees and candidates without colours will be considered treasonous and will be terminated immediately. Grave. If you have any complaints, please fill out the form given to you by name unavailable and hand them to Tep Up Sec at Site 17. You are our priority. Casual. Site 17 is not responsible for any illness, injuries, or deaths that might occur during your duties or up to 5 to 10 years after you have reached elder citizen status. Cordial. Remember, nothing to hide, nothing to fear. Facilitating. If you do have something to hide, please remain where you are and follow your guide to a confession booth.
Oh, I love this. Where do we get outfits from? Uniforms?
The door slides open. And you see...
Oblivion. Oh.
Yeah, the Oblivion door slides open and you see there's another kind of a main door ahead of you, as well as a branching hallway to the right.
Hello, are you still there?
Do you need assistance?
Oh, well, what is our task here? What is it that we need to do?
Follow your big brother or your big sister. Don't get paralysis by analysis.
Wait, will the big sibling give us an outfit to wear?
Follow your big brother or your big sister.
How can we locate our big brother or sister?
Nothing.
All right, let's walk into this room then, shall we?
Well, before, can I just have a look around here? Are there any other runes or any symbols or anything else?
Make an investigation check.
Can I help?
Yeah, you can take a look around as well.
Do.
Okay, I guess that's not.
All right.
An 11.
11 and a 3. So there's two other doors, as I said. Both of them look similar, or are probably made from the same metal material that the main door is made out of. You also do notice next to the main door that has just slid open, there's a kind of a smallish, a slot. Almost as if like a mail slot that you would put mail into is just there next to the door. But other than that, looking around, nothing else catches your eye.
Can I have a look into the mailing slot, see if there's anything there?
Yeah, you kind of shine a light inside. Try to peer in. You just see kind of an onyx smooth material, but you hear kind of a electricity buzzing coming from inside. This kind of...
Cool. In for it. This is where we die. / I transcend to romance heaven.
Cool. Right. Well, I'm going to use my mage hand and try and pull that thing out.
I shall help you.
So it's an empty, as in I meant the slot interior seems black and onyx. There's an empty space as if something is just put inside there. And
but we don't have what I see.
yeah, the mechanics inside seems to buzz with electricity.
I see.
Yeah.
Well, do we want to have a look? So there's arrivals and there's the staff area. Or do we just want to go ahead?
I want to follow Big Brother or Big Sister.
Okay.
And so do you. This
876.
is what you want.
I don't think it's what I want, but
Something can help us in here. I can sense it. I think this is going to be a good experience. What were the numbers we were given?
The numbers that were given to you were 876, 877, and 878.
876, 877, 878. So 875 other people have done this.
are you okay, Fennec?
Yeah, I think so.
This seems very... You seem more willing than normal.
Well, you know, I have a good feeling about it. And it seems pretty transparent as a process. I don't really have anything to hide. So, you know.
But what does this talk about uniforms? We do not have uniforms. This prosecuted, we could be
We should get
destroyed.
uniforms. You're right, we should get uniforms. We should try to locate our guide for sure. For sure. I'm with you.
DM. 2 questions. First off, is the mist of the morning in here? Like, it still feels very...
Yeah, it is. I will say it does feel lighter, but it's there. It seems to be moving almost. It seems to be being pulled further into the hallway. As now that the door is open as well, you can feel kind of a slight... Yeah, I'm gonna say actually not a breeze. You can, now that you look around, you see the fog moving past you in kind of a slow pace into the complex itself.
Okay. And I know this is stupid in the context of the morning, but if I do a divine sense, is it still, is anything particular kind of ping as being?
Divine sense.
Yeah.
Let me just remind myself what that exactly.
Yeah, sorry. Whatever. Okay.
This is boring. Let's follow the Big Brother sister.
Strong evil. Da-da-da-da.
Yeah, it's a good call though, isn't it?
Fiend or undead within 60 feet of you. Within 60 feet, you don't sense anything.
Okay.
Celestial or undead.
Does that stay up for a while?
It stays up for 6 seconds, or just take?
I think
6
one
seconds?
round maybe.
One round, yeah.
4 rounds.
Okay.
There you go. I can do it again though.
Well, let's cautiously press on.
Okay, stay close, especially you, Fennec.
Okay. Yeah, I'm happy to do that.
Okay.
You feeling nervous?
Yeah.
You should try and make sure you have nothing to hide.
Okay. And I just share a liquid ink, and then make sure that I'm walking like right by Fennec.
Also, I saw that look. You didn't. I was looking straight at you.
Yep, well, I'm okay with that.
Okay, team, settle down now. Everything's gonna be fine. Let's get some uniforms.
All right. So walking in, you see the door ahead of you, around kind of 20 feet ahead of you, that's leading into what must be another main chamber, and there's another door leading into a kind of a longer hallway that's partially opened at this point. Seems to have malfunctioned. All of them are metal smooth doors, but this one partially kind of opened. The door ahead of you, leading further into the complex, you see kind of shapes engraved into it. There seems to be almost 24 of them, all across the door. Something would slot into it. It's different from the thin slot that you saw before. This seems to be for an object. The other hallway, if you peer through it, you see, again, around maybe 24 kind of doors, smaller, leading into, a couple of them open into other tinier rooms. Nothing beyond that. It's very smooth, white marble and metal.
Very clean in here, isn't it? Makes for a nice change, really. A lot of bubbling blood and grossness in the morning.
It's strange, extremely strange, this place. I'm going to walk over to this door with all these sort of holes for various objects.
Yeah, you walk up to it. Does it
like
open?
Can I tell kind of what the objects are? Like, what kind of shapes can I see?
The closest to it they're quite small, but it almost looks to be like something a Shoran watchman would have to identify themselves, like a badge. That type of kind of three-pronged at the top and kind of a smooth ending at the bottom. That type of a thing.
So there's some sort of identification thing here. Okay. Can I look around, see if there is maybe someone dropped one?
I'm gonna say, yeah, it's easy enough to look around because it's smooth and white.
Yeah.
There's nothing. It's clean. There is dust. It's not like completely clean. There's still dust there. You can see footsteps. I mean, recent ones, and they apparently headed into the other hallway, not to the main door.
That's the hallway with all the 24 doors.
Yeah.
Okay. Shall we go there? Look at those doors.
Yeah, let's do it.
Gather with everyone and head over to down the hallway to with all the small doors.
All right. You walk into that hallway, kind of squeezing through the malfunctioning door, and you hear a voice in the air again. The only place success comes before work is in the dictionary. 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 That's what you hear. As you walk in, some of the doors are open, and you see what must be changing rooms. They're small, well decorated. You see a dark wooden floor. There's a couch, a table, all kind of looking expensive and sturdy enough, even though they're, most of them, caked in dust. Those that are open, at least, but it's probable that all of them contain the same type of uniform, you could say, structure and design to them.
I immediately start stripping. No, I don't. No.
We don't even know anything to get into.
It's a changing room.
Muscles.
Just someone directs her to do something, and he just does it. I will peer into a changing room.
Can I just say that we should be listening to the voice? Like, that's a really good point about success not coming before hard work. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put the hours in.
Yeah, yes.
Everyone heard it, right?
Yes, I also heard the malfunctioning voice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, just because something has a stutter doesn't mean it isn't making a good point.
I don't know if it was a starter. Anyway, I'm going to have a look in here.
Okay, I'll help you.
All right. Make investigation checks. Whoever wants to look around.
I will assist Inkblot.
All right.
Okay. 23.
23. So, looking through the rooms, all of them open as you put your hand against them. All of the doors open easily enough. Some of them kind of, stop and then slide open, but it seems all of them are open to your access at least. There's 3 rooms that are stripped bare. You see that cushions have been thrown everywhere. You see that the floor tiles have been kind of tried at least to be pulled open. The others are seemingly untouched. You spot a blue robe on each of the tables in the untouched changing rooms, as well as a metal badge that's been placed neatly on top.
Ooh.
Well, these look like our uniforms.
Let's put them on.
One moment. I'm gonna pick up the uniform and just kind of look over it and see if I can see any runes or symbols or.
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
11.
With an 11.
What are you good for?
Excuse me? I'm sorry, I
was talking to my lighter. I didn't say that in character. I just reflecting. What are you good for? Yeah. If not Arcana, what are you good for?
The fellowship stands on the edge of a knife.
Witch candle.
So, with an 11, you don't spot any obvious markings or wounds on it. It does feel heavy. Heavier than you would expect it to feel. But that's it. It just seems like a good quality cloth.
I'm gonna focus. See it. Believe you can do it. Visualize it. And I'm going to visualize myself casting Detect Magic.
Roll a D100 for me. Oh,
Hold it in your mind, Inkblot. You can do it.
Did that roll? No, it didn't.
No, at least not for me.
40.
40. So, wait, let me just calculate in my head.
Level 1 spell, I think it is. I don't know if that's how it works.
Yeah, 40 is absolutely fine. So yeah, the spell does go off.
Okay.
You see around you, there's a fucking rainbow of magic. The entire place, from the ceiling to the floor to the walls, is caked in every type of magic you could identify. Specifically, the clothes is enchantment magic, as are the torches that are illuminating the path for you on the walls.
And the badge?
The badge also has enchantment magic, yeah.
Everything in here is magical. Everything has been touched with Arcana. It makes me delighted and incredibly nervous all at the same time.
I knew this was a magical place.
Is this somewhere that used to be something important in Sire before?
I don't know. It was like an airship remember, it was like a lobby somewhere official and important, but here, just on the side of a mountain, unless maybe airships came here before the morning. Perhaps they landed within the glowing chasm, and this is how you entered before you. But they had arrivals written on the door. But
Why would they have? Can I look at the uniforms? And does it remind me of like? Is it like a boiler suit where it suggests like manual labor? Like, is there any indication of what kind of work you'd be doing?
They seem kind of almost something you would get in a spa. Just comfortable kind of robes to put around yourself. That's the sense. They're definitely not meant for hard labor or anything.
uh-huh.
Okay. See, that's almost more disconcerting to me. That you're given a number and then asked, given these. This is very soft, though. I mean, now that I have touched it, it's very soft. It's nice.
Well,
I'm gonna start putting it on. On top of my armor, though.
All right.
yeah. I'll start throwing it over as well, and I'll pick up the badge.
Yeah, me too.
All right. As you do this, the voice seems to be just coming on in kind of increments. And you hear, in all seriousness, business can be pretty funny.
That's a thinker.
But you'll finish putting on your robes on top of your existing clothes already.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, you kind of it's nice because it's been quite cold outside. You take your badges, I presume, as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk back into the hallway, looking at each other in glorious blue, and walk back to the door, the main kind of the with the holes.
Sounds good.
All right.
Okay. I assume we'll use this to enter. But now that we're in these uniforms, do we want to go and have a look at the staff area or the arrival area first?
I mean, I feel like they're pretty clear on their instructions.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, you can if you want. Free will and all that.
Finnick.
Yeah?
I'm going to look Finnick right in the eyes.
Yeah?
Do you
What?
have free will right now?
What a thing to ask. I'm not sure if any of us do, what with destiny and prophecies and such. That concept feels absolutely beside the point. But yes, I suppose I have free will.
So you're choosing out of your own volition to follow this entity.
I mean, why wouldn't we? It's very clear. It's very forthcoming. There seems to be a plan in place.
We are in some sort of ruined lab or institution in the Mournland.
Mm.
Last night we saw a rabbit that devoured itself and turned into teeth.
But the worst thing that happened with that rabbit was a wee bit of late night conversation when we were tired. The rabbit seemed like quite nice enough, actually.
We saw a dragon and soldiers fights endlessly over and over.
Just an illusion that had no harm done to us.
There was a cottage that summoned the undead.
Yeah, I mean, that one was bad. But we also met a warforged there who was very mild and just looking for some help.
Who was bleeding, but made out of metal.
Yes, I'm not saying this place isn't strange. I just think that things are complex, and they don't just have to be undead clambering to rip you apart.
Why join the Navy if you can be a pirate?
That's a fair point and one I've thought of before as an ex-Marine. They just seem to get way more loot out of it, you know?
Okay.
Yeah?
I just want to say, don't take this at face value.
Okay. Take what
I
at face
am-
value. Yeah, what you're about to
This,
say.
no, this place, the
Oh,
rose,
right.
the thing speaking to us. It might have a plan that is walking us to our oblivion.
We're always kind of walking to our oblivion.
Yes, but I feel like we're walking directly into it right now, not trying to skirt around it.
Yeah, but that, you know, at least it's signposted. I prefer that to all the kind
If I saw a sign saying reach your oblivion this way, I wouldn't turn that way.
I don't think it's as literal as that. Clearly, this voice is a bit of a poet. There's clearly some kind of like figurative understanding.
I feel like I'm being sold a pyramid scheme.
Okay. But wouldn't you
Or a
rather be a
cult.
part of this pyramid than, you know, say the ways?
Can I
Well-
just remind you both that there's quite a high chance that Beb might be here and might be trapped here
Ooh, Beb, yes.
forever. And maybe that's what we should be focusing on.
It's
is
a good
trying
point.
to go where we might find him. It's just a thought.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah. Also, we should have considered uniforms sooner because us matching, it's a vibe.
It
Okay.
is a very nice color.
Yeah.
So soft. I swear armor all the time. It's not very comfortable. So-
Yeah. No, this really brings out the color of your hair as well. Like, pop.
Thank you.
Was there a halfling-sized uniform?
That's just massive.
Yeah, they're big. I'm gonna say, yeah, as you go through the hallways, you would have been able to find one. There seems to be one for every kind.
I was just wondering if are there some like footsteps in the dust?
Yeah, you can, if you want, you can kind
Right.
of try and
I
trace
want
them
to
more.
see if there's any little gnome footprints that we might.
Make a survival check.
Would I be able to
I'm
assist?
so bad at this.
Let me help you. Can I help you? What are you looking for?
Depends on what you're doing. If you want to investigate, you've already investigated the changing rooms, so I won't allow that. If you want to, look around for tracks and track that, or if you want to investigate more the main hallway leading into the whatever
My
is
light
it
is
towards the
making
north.
noise.
That's scary.
It's not good, is it? I might need to go wash my hands.
All right. During this time, so Raya, yeah, which one of those?
I think
Or
it's
a
more
third-
survival, but
Alright.
I'm bad. I mean, I'm bad at both. But I
And
think it's
would
more
I be able to
investigation
assist
for
in
tracks.
the survival check?
Sure. Yeah. Roll with advantage, or both of you roll once.
Maybe both roll once might be
Okay.
smarter. I'm guessing.
All right.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, I didn't roll well. I've not been rolling well today.
Yeah.
Been rolling like I don't.
Oof.
Yeah.
12 and a 7. It's difficult to pick out. I mean, there's smaller shoe prints on the dust, but you're not certain that you don't really have anything to compare them against, unfortunately, either.
Looked more at Beb's shoes. Can't really remember what they were like.
I only met Beppet once. I cannot remember even if he was wearing shoes.
I forget that you. What did you think of him when you met him? He tends to bring out strong emotions in people, but
He was very similar to people I've met before. Academic types tend to be a little. The people at Morgrave, they had a very interesting take on socializing and interacting with people. I think he was very keen on what he wanted to do and knew what he wanted and would do what he could to find it and sort it out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's right. Just very upfront about everything, which I remember. You don't know Goose, but for a while we really didn't get on actually. It was quite funny, sort of.
Oh, that's a shame.
What were we talking about?
We're just sharing, discussing Beb.
Oh yeah, Beb.
Ink's only met Beb once, which I forget.
Incredible.
But yes, anyway, there'll be more time for you to spend time with Beb when we rescue Beb.
I look forward to it.
Yeah.
Shall we enter this chamber?
Agreed.
Well, hold up the badge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You hold out the badges. You hear, "Don't corner something meaner than you." There are slots in the walls, in the doors, rather. Putting the badges in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
all right, so as you kind of slot in the badges, you hear from inside the room kind of a heavy thunk, and you hear mechanical kind of movement, as if a stage was being rearranged, or rooms were being brought in or removed, like heavy movement. And it takes about 10 minutes before the door opens. Before it does, it spits back the badges onto your hands. But the door opens. And inside, you see a small room filled with mist. You can see that there's been laid out very specifically, seemingly, 3 hallways, one for each of you. Equal length and distance. And the fog itself seems more impenetrable in each of these hallways.
Cool.
Oh, you muted.
When you say there's 3 hallways, is it like you say one for each of us? Can we tell that we've got a specific one each, or is it just these 3 hallways?
The sense that you get is that the room reconfigured itself based on how many badges it was presented. There are 3, like you look in and you see there's 1, there's space between, there's the center one, and there's 1. And they all seem equal to your eyes. Yeah.
Fennec.
Was there an Ori-shaped uniform?
No, unfortunately not.
I would like to fashion a smaller top around Ori. Yeah.
That's doable. Yeah, you can cut through the fabric, make a kind of a small burrito out of Ori.
Cute. Okay. Sorry, with me. Cool.
We're not splitting up, right? That seems like a objectively
I think
terrible
that seems
idea.
like a very stupid idea.
Oh, but I don't think it'll be that bad. I think we'll meet up later. You know what I mean? Also, I'm still confused about when we're going to get this big brother, big sister thing to lead us.
Well, I got the impression that we were meant to have one at the entrance. Do you remember? The name was undefined. I think we were meant to meet our big person there.
Mentally. Hey, do you still have big brothers or big sisters or big people going? Because how are we supposed to follow something that's not there?
You're almost a response, but could be a coincidence. Everybody hears this. When eagles soar, weasels die.
It's getting increasingly ominous, some of these pieces of wisdom.
I don't think we should separate.
It's just if we don't separate, we might be killed.
If we separate, we might be killed.
I know, it's a bit of a, it's a balancing of factors. I'm not denying that.
I mean, remember that we've heard of a number of people coming in here and not coming out. It's
But
seems
how?
like following the instructions are not a guarantee of safety.
But we don't know that they followed the instructions. In fact, they seem quite obstinate as a group of people. You know what I mean? The way they're fanatics. They're not going to put on uniforms and be like, all right, well, if you say so, voiceover, let me follow the rules. You know, I just don't think that that's their vibe.
I mean, they're literally defined by the fact they all put on uniforms and said, yes, Ivan, we will do whatever you say.
Yeah, but not these uniforms. Not these particular uniforms.
What is the difference between these uniforms and their uniforms?
I mean, that's a philosophical question we don't have time for, but I don't think that has a bearing on the fact that they wouldn't have necessarily followed the rules that we're now following.
I think we should stick together.
I agree.
I really think we'll be safer.
And I think we have a greater chance of being hired by whatever this is if we split up.
I don't want to be hired by whatever this is!
Fennec, I thought you wanted to live on a beet farm. This is almost the opposite of living on a beet farm. This is selling your soul to corporate capitalism.
Yeah, it feels peaceful, you know? Everything has a place. I have a purpose. I didn't know this was an option when I was talking about beet farms.
We do not have time for this. We need to find Beb.
We do, yeah, we do. But obviously, if Beb came here, he understood the draw of this place. You know, there's obviously something important.
Well, obviously, this thing is exactly
trapped. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so what's the plan?
Let's go down one of these hallways together.
Okay. Which one? Which one's my one?
Which one would you like?
But like, is there a hobgoblin specific hallway?
As a response, you hear, when you hit rock bottom,
Okay, so we'll never know that one.
dig, 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 dig.
Dig.
When you hit rock bottom, dig.
I mean, it depends what instruments you have available to you.
Okay, let's go down the middle one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm grabbing Fennec's arm and pulling him.
All right, so you're all going through the middle hallway.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rush through. There's a moment there that it gets. I mean, you can't see your hands in front of you. It's so thick, the fog, but you see the light ahead soon enough, and you can faintly see the kind of yellow-orange brick this time on the floor. The floor itself, the room has this floor, and you walk through, and you find yourselves back where you started.
We gotta follow the rules.
Well, wait, how do we know this is where we started? I'm going to go and walk and head towards the entrance and see what I can see.
Yeah, it's the same. The door with the badges, the hallway with the changing rooms, it's the exact same place you started from.
And the entrance out into the moorland?
That door is closed.
Check if it can open.
I will check if it can open.
Yeah, you woke up, kind of put your hands against it, try to slide it open. It doesn't.
Well, we should have seen that coming.
So what are you saying, Fennec? We have to walk in... Okay.
We gotta follow the rules, don't we? I mean, now we're back here. We may as well look in the staff entrance, see if we can open it.
That would be outside the door, unfortunately.
Oh, never mind. I got confused. Yeah, let's all just walk through our individual portals, I think.
Is that... I mean, why don't we just all try going through another one and just see?
All right, if you insist.
Wait, I'd like to leave one copper piece on the floor.
Right.
And I'd like to pick it up.
Are you...
No, it's so we go through and see if it is the same room, if it's still there.
Oh. Do you want this back?
Or just put it on the
Put
floor.
it on the floor.
That seems like a waste, but okay.
You leave the copper piece on the floor.
Yeah, I'll leave it on the floor.
You walk through the hallway all together, bunched together. Again, really following only the orange tiles on the floor because you don't really see anything until the light comes and beckons you again. You walk in again, seeing the same door, the same place you started from. Raya, as you search for your copper coin, it's not there.
So maybe. I mean, I know there's quite a lot of mist, but you did put it down on the floor, Fennec.
I did.
Okay.
I'm going to tap my brooch of True Sight.
All right. So looking with True Sight, make a perception check.
Ooh. I love this place. You're doing good, Mark Mateus.
10.
10.
God, I cannot roll well
Yeah,
tonight.
you're really unlucky tonight. With a 10, looking through the kind of ethereal walls, there's a moment that it almost feels doubled, this room. Maybe tripled, like as if you're in kind of a clone of the room or something. Like there's just multiple of them constrained into here, but you're not sure.
It's like... It's like we're in the same place, but it's a different place. But that different place is on top of the place we were just in. If I look where we dropped the coin, if I look really concentrate, can I try and see the coin?
With a 10 in perception, with the roll you just did, nope.
Yeah. Okay. Is there anything else I can see which is like walking around, like other than sort of the layering on top of the room? Like, is there? I don't know. If I was to walk back to the changing rooms, like where we picked up our robes, are they still missing, or are there new robes there?
So, interesting point. The changing rooms, you're fairly sure that the one changing room that had been stripped bare and kind of destroyed is clear and clean now. But another one, way down the hole, that one that you think was just unperturbed, just fine, is now the one that's been destroyed and kind of ramshackled. What?
No.
Close enough.
Ransacked.
Ransacked, that's what the word is.
Oh, I like ramshackled.
I don't know
Yeah.
what that means, though.
I think it's to say I like ramshackled. I'm sure that's to say. Anyway,
Fair.
well, okay, well, right. Things are being rearranged and changed. I wonder if we would find the coin somewhere else.
Do you require assistance?
Yes, we do.
As we say, make it idiot-proof, and someone will make a better idiot.
That's quite funny. So, are you going to help us?
Do you require assistance?
Yes. Are you going to say the thing about idiots again?
Do you require assistance?
I mean, for a long time now.
Yes, can we leave?
Unfortunately, the process has been started.
What is the process?
The test.
What is the test?
You.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Please reference the contract you signed.
We did not sign any contract.
Make it idiot-proof, and someone will make a better idiot.
Please show me the contract that we signed.
Do you require assistance?
I'm just going to go down one of the pathways and be like, don't follow me.
All right. Fennec disappears into the fog.
I am kind of now thinking that we should stand here and see if she reappears, but also I feel like we should go down there too.
I mean, we've waited now. Does Fennec appear?
No.
Yay!
Should the two of us go down the same?
No,
One.
that's the opposite of what I just said.
It's going to be the same thing that's going to happen again. We need to go now separately. We might end up somewhere completely different to Fennec. Even if we could already be ending up somewhere completely different.
Okay.
I'm just going to see. I'm going to hand. Yeah, I'm going to hand. I'm going to take my spell book and I'm going to tear a page out of it.
All right.
I'm going to fold up a little horse like we rode earlier. I'm just going to hand it to. I'm going to hand it to Raya. Just to make sure we are who we are later. This is a gift from me to you.
Thank you. Should I give you something?
Yeah.
Oh, what do I have? What would I have? I have nothing in my inventory.
It's like spinning into the wind.
Yeah, I'll give you 1 vial of holy water. That's the thing.
Okay. Pocket it. Okay.
Okay.
It'll be fine.
Yes. It has to be.
Oh, this is horrendous. Okay. Let's go.
Okay. See you on the other side.
Oh God, I hope so.
So, as the two of you walk into separate hallways, both of you, Inkblot and Raya, there's a moment that the hallway seems to stretch for a while, longer than it was before. And then you see a figure emerging from the mist. Kind of a familiar one, really. Wearing blue robes. An Inkblot, you see, as a mirror image, Inkblot, looking back at you, amazed, curious, alarmed. Raya, the same, hand on the sword, it's like looking into the mirror. We'll get to you.
Hello?
You hear yourself say hello back to you.
What are you?
The same. It's literally
Is
the
it
closest echo you've ever had.
okay? So is it like as I say it, it's saying it at the same time?
It's it's an absolute mirror image.
I'm gonna reach out and touch myself.
You reach out, you feel your fingertips against your own fingertips.
If I step to the left to try
It moves to the left. I mean, as you would.
but when I move to the left, does it move to its left or my left?
It moves
Like a mirror.
like a mirror does.
Okay. Raya?
You can't hear each other. And the same thing is happening to you, Raya, as you investigate, as you try to understand this. Fennec, you walk through the mist, and you feel like you've been walking for a while. Like nothing has been happening, and you keep walking, and you keep walking.
I know it will, though. I have faith.
And you see also a silhouette approaching you, kind of at a casual pace, even if you speed up. It remains. Who do you think it is?
Oh. I thought it would be Greg. Is it Greg?
As you walk further through the fog, you do see the familiar bald head draw itself out of the mists, and kind of naive, innocent looking, but exactly as you remember him. Craig kind of looks, you're slightly taller than him, I presume.
Yeah.
Kind of looks up at you, and he goes, "It's been a long time."
It has, and yet no time at all, in ways.
I know the ones you seek. Do you want me to show them to you?
Yes, if you would.
Can we leave the other two behind?
I don't want to leave them forever.
I can protect you here, but I can't protect them.
No! Ah! And that's the end of the session. Cliffhanger. A week to make the choice.
All right, a penultimate, never before seen, ending by the player. We'll be back at some point when we continue our game of Eberron Shadow of the Last War, something like that. I don't remember what I called this campaign. Bye.